So I don't know about you, Raider Nation, but when I look at the last couple of press conferences from Pete Carroll from last week's loss and then yesterday's loss, all does not seem well between him and Chip Kelly. I think that there are some heads up butting right now between the two, and this is just speculation. I have no confirmation of any of this, but I'm just looking at what they're saying, and they're saying two different things. So Chip Kelly last week comes out and says you can't just run the ball 40 times. You can't run Ashton Jeanty 30, 40 times. You won't have an Ashton Jeanty by the end of the season. Same thing with any other player. And then you have Pete Carroll saying that Ashton Jeanty needs to get the ball more and that they need to run more. They need to be more balanced. Geno Smith needs to stop taking shots down the field and just take what the defense is giving them. And that was all last week, right? And then Ashton Jeanty comes out and says, hey, you don't draft a guy like me to hand him the ball, 10 times or whatever, basically saying you guys got to feed me the ball. Well, here's the problem, and the problem is this. The offensive line is absolutely garbage and cannot open a hole to save their lives. And so Ashton Jeanty, 56% of the time right now, according to the stats that I just looked at, is being hit by a defender behind the line of scrimmage. This is the worst in the NFL. He literally touches the ball. He grabs the ball from Geno Smith and boom, he's immediately being contacted by a defender because they are literally not respecting Geno Smith. They don't respect our wide receivers and they don't respect our offensive line. So now you fast forward into the game yesterday where we got absolutely embarrassed by the Commanders. And then you have this statement come out from Coach Pete Carroll.
It's the third game where the offensive line has kind of struggled. And what do you chalk that up to, and what kind of solutions can there be out there to
well, we have to, it turns us back to we got to balance out what we're doing so we can mix better. And we didn't run the football at all early. And then when we did, we drove the football. We made our scores. So once we got going, I thought Ashton did a really good job with his opportunities. He got a lot of carries today. It was a good ball game for him. It was tough, and he played tough and showed you how he does it. But we didn't start out well at all. We came out of the chutes, hurt, and so until we got going, you couldn't see much. But we do have to mix it.
Now, what it looks like to me is he is saying that, first of all, he ignored the question about the offensive line completely. Why? Because his son, Brennan, is the offensive line coach. And it was Brennan, I think, the offensive line coach, who made the brilliant decision to make Jordan Meredith the center. And a guy who, for one, if you don't know, Jordan Meredith has never been a center in his entire career. Then you want to take the guy who's predominantly played center throughout his entire career in college in JPJ, and you want to move him over to right guard, a position that he did not play very much, if any at all. So Brendan makes this decision. Papa goes along with it because it's his son, and it's been an absolute disaster. And now he's questioned about it by the reporter, and he basically completely just ignores the entire question. Again, why? Because he's got to protect his son. But listen, Coach Carroll, we believe in you. We trust that you're going to be able to right this ship, but you've got to make the right decisions. And right now, the right decisions are not happening on that offensive line. So either you need to tell your son that he needs to fix it and put JPJ back at center, and maybe we move Caleb Rogers into right guard because he is definitely going to be better at right guard than even Jordan Meredith is going to be. And maybe we can start opening up some holes, and our running game can start to get a little bit of momentum going on here. Now, listen, before we talk about the other things I want to talk about, I do want to say thank you to today's sponsor of the channel. You guys do know who I'm talking about. Box House is the best in the business when you need an ADU or a tiny home that can deliver anywhere in the country. They have the best prices, best customer service. They will walk you through it step by step. Everything that you need is all right there at your fingertips. Go and check them out. Website is down in the description, and the phone number is here on the screen. I've personally done business with them with their sister company, Container Bros, before they became a sponsor, and I cannot rave enough about their pricing. Was the best anywhere on the West Coast that I could find, and they gave me a high quality, basically brand new container for cheaper than anybody else. They delivered it right to my property, set it up for me. Everything was done beautifully. So I can't say enough about them. So go and check them out today. Now listen, Geno Smith. All right, we've talked about the offensive line. Geno Smith, yes, he had a couple of touchdowns. I think he threw 3 touchdowns, right? Most of it was garbage time. Trey Tucker takes off in garbage time. So I'm not really going to count those right now. But Geno Smith, class act, he comes out and he says, listen, it's all on my shoulders. It's all on me, guys. I got to do better to put the team in a better position for us to win games. And he felt like he didn't do that. Like he came out and he stumbled on a couple of plays. But listen, I'm not going to blame it all on Geno Smith because Geno Smith got sacked. This dude has been sacked now, I think, more than any quarterback in the NFL. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But again, several sacks again yesterday. Every week, he is just under complete and constant pressure. He has no room to breathe. And so you cannot expect a quarterback to be, lights out perfect when he literally has no room to breathe back there. The offensive line, again, is affecting not only Ashton Jeanty, but it is affecting the passing game. And let's be 100% honest. The past 2 weeks, the defensive secondaries have played really good football against us. And it has made it really difficult for the rookie, who we all have very high hopes in right now, which is Dont'e Thornton Jr. But Dont'e Thornton Jr., again, he is a rookie who was never asked to do at Tennessee what he is being asked to do right now with the Raiders. So let's not say, pull him out. He's a bust. He's that. He's this. Listen, Dont'e Thornton Jr. is going to be a really good receiver in the NFL. He is lightning fast and he's 6'5". But he needs some time to grow into the NFL. So I'm not out on Dont'e Thornton at all at this point in the season or in his career. I'm not out on Geno Smith. I'm not out on Pete Carroll. Who I am out on right now is Brennan Carroll, the offensive line coach. The Raiders have got to fix that because it is absolutely wrecking the offense. Now the defense needs some criticism. Our secondary has not been good. We knew that was going to be the weak link, but even our defensive line yesterday played horrible. We could not stop the run to save our lives. What happened to tackling? We went from being a top 5 run defense in the NFL after 2 weeks to being the worst defense in run defense in the NFL. Like, how does that happen? I don't understand it. Marcus Mariota. Listen, Max Crosby played with this guy. He understands and knows this guy. How do you not bring that knowledge of knowing what Marcus Mariota wants to do? That guy wants to run with the football. He will throw the ball to the wide open receiver. And that's it. The rest of the time, if he doesn't have a wide open receiver, he's going to try and run for big yardage. He's going to try and run for the touchdown. So you have to have a spy on him. Patrick Graham, you understand this guy's tendencies, and you didn't have a spy on Marcus Mariota, and you let this dude just run all over us? Marcus Mariota is not a great quarterback. That's why he's a backup. His tendencies, any defensive coordinator who understands what his tendencies are going to shut him down, and the Raiders didn't do it. So I at this point right now, I'm really still questioning Patrick Graham's defense. I've been questioning it for a few years now. I'm not sure that he is the answer at defensive coordinator. I think this is probably his last year with the Raiders. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next Raiders video.